All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm ready to spit some game today. I'm ready. How about you? I'm ready. How about you? It's Friday, Favor Friday, Fabulous Friday, Financial Freedom Friday, all that. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. For those of you that are coming on, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, tag Lolly Dolly everybody. What'd you say? Tell Lolly Dolly everybody. Tell them that we are live. The Ramon Preston Show is live. Say what now? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be having a brief discussion with you on the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. All week long, we've been having some amazing discussions on the show. And for those of you that are entrepreneurs, or maybe you're just the financer, the financial leader of your household and your family, I really want you to take this 4th quarter of the year and use it to the advantage of your business and your finances expanding. And in order for you to do that, you have to at least put yourself in a position to create cash flow. And so that's why today I want to talk about the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. So if you're coming on, hopefully you've already hit the like button, the share button, you're tagging some family members and friends. Please put in the comments what city you're watching me from today, what state you're watching me from, what country you're watching me from today. I want to give a shout out to all of our YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much. Our Facebook subscribers, our Instagram, LinkedIn subscribers, all of you that are following us and subscribing to our pages, thank you. We really appreciate you. And your participation, your engagement, your support gives us the ability to reach more people. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We have almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we want to cross the 6,000 mark. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. We have almost 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. So please be sure to hit the follow button on LinkedIn. And if you are following us on Instagram or Facebook, make sure that you follow us on there as well. We could use all your likes, all your shares, all your follows, even your comments. They mean the world to us. So let us know where you're watching the Ramon Preston Show from. What city, what state, what country. And I want to give a shout out to all of you, all of our coaching members, all of our Blueprint Game Plan members, those of you that are on our online business and financial training program. We want to give a shout out to you just for watching the show and for following us and for participating in the things that we're doing. I just appreciate all of you. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. And every Monday through Friday, today is Friday, every Monday through Friday, we bring information that is specifically and strategically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And everything that I share with you on the show is an extension of what we do in our company, whether it's through our consulting division, our coaching division, or our training division. This information is information that I live. It's information that we teach and we train our students, and we provide as strategies and solutions to our clients and even our customers who purchase our products. So this is not some fly-by-night, like hypothetical information that I'm sharing. This is information that we're actually implementing, executing, and seeing the results from. And so I appreciate all of you for being on the show today. I just want to talk to you a little bit today on the 5 ways to protect your cash flow. The 5 ways to protect your cash flow. Now, if you've been listening to me for some time, even if it's just been the last couple months, somewhere along the lines of you listening to me just within the last few months, you may have heard me talk on the concept of cash flow and how cash flow is king. And cash flow is one of the layers of income. And the reason why that's important is because your income is your number one wealth building tool. So if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to be a millionaire, if you're going to be financially free, it starts with your income. And once you are able to wrap your mind around how powerful your income is, and once you start learning the principles and the practices with your income, you're going to find yourself controlling your income in such a way that you are living on less than what income you're making, and you are minimizing, or at best stabilizing your expenses, so that when you get income and when you move expenses, you are left with a word called cash flow. And the reason why you want cash flow is because you're going to use cash flow, which is a version of your income, to put in other cycles that generate more income, which means it's going to create more cash flow. This is what we call a cash flow cycle. And the more cash flow you're able to create because you've created more income while minimizing your expenses, stabilizing your expenses, maximizing your business deductions, minimizing your taxes. When you start doing all of these multiple things through the vehicle of your number one wealth building tool called income, and you start creating more cash flow, you're going to find yourself living a life of financial freedom. You're going to find yourself moving into the world of what millionaires and rich people and wealthy people find themselves moving into. So it all starts with your income, but from your income, you want to create cash flow. And so I want to share with you 5 ways to protect your cash flow. So, for example, if you have income coming in from your job, if you got income coming in from some side hustles, if you got income coming in from your business, maybe your nonprofit or for-profit, I don't know what income you got coming in. If you got income coming in, the game is for you to take that income, minimize your expenses, or at least stabilize your expenses, and move that income into a flow so that you can start creating financial freedom for yourself. But the process that you're going to have to go through in order to have cash flow to put in cycles, to put in investment vehicles, and to put in assets that create and produce more cash flow, that process is going to require you to figure out ways to protect it. Because there are certain systems, there are certain people, there are certain places, there are certain things that have been constructed in your life that are specifically designed to take your cash flow. Just think about it. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you hold on to that money long enough, there's going to be something that comes up that wants that money. How many of y'all agree with that? Do I have anybody in the room to agree with that? Do I have anybody in the suite? Do I have anybody on this wing, on this floor to agree with me? If you hold on to free money, to income that you have already gotten in and you've paid your bills on, right? If you hold on to that money called cash flow, at a certain point of you holding on that money, ain't something gonna come up? Think about that money you put in your savings account. Think about that money you put, you know how you try to hide money in, you try to hide money in your shoebox. You hide money in the jacket in your closet. You fold money up and put it in certain compartments in your wallet and in your purse, only to find yourself digging back in there to pull that money out. Well, that money supposed to be free cash flow, so that when there is an opportunity for you to put that money in, you're able to put that money in it so that it can start creating and producing more cash flow. But a lot of times before that happens, there are things that come up to take your money. And I want to show you, how do you protect your cash flow? So I want to give you some strategies on how you're going to protect your cash flow. Do you want those strategies? Let me give them to you. I'm going to give you 5 ways to protect your cash flow. Number 1, you got to develop financial intelligence. That's number 1. You have to develop financial intelligence. This is the first way to protect your cash flow. Even the Bible says we perish for the lack of knowledge. The Bible says we perish for the lack of knowledge. So the first way to protect your cash flow is you have to develop financial intelligence. Another way of saying developing financial intelligence is you have to become financially literate. You have to develop financial intelligence. You have to learn about money. You got to learn how to make money. You got to learn how to manage money. You got to learn how to multiply money. You have to learn the importance of income. You have to value your income. You have to learn how to plan for your money. That's called financial planning. You have to learn to track your income and expenses. You have to learn about banking. You have to learn about credit. You have to learn about taxes. You have to learn about income categories for tax purposes. You have to learn how to minimize your tax liability. You have to learn how to maximize your tax deductions. You have to learn about risk management. You got to learn a little bit about investing too. You have to learn about retirement. You have to learn about this whole world of finance and economics. You have to learn this. And in order for you to learn this, guess what? You have to develop financial intelligence. A lot of people I know who are even making money, they're not able to keep the money they make. You know why? Because they have not developed financial intelligence. And so the first way for you to protect your cash flow is for you to develop financial intelligence. Unfortunately, for those of you who do not like to learn, unfortunately, for those of you who do not like to be educated, unfortunately, for those of you who do not want to be trained, unfortunately, for those of you who think you're going to just watch one show with Ramon Preston talking about money and become the next best thing since financial sliced bread, unfortunately for you, you're not going to become financially intelligent. And if you are financially unintelligent, that means you are ignorant of the money that you are making. You don't know what to do with it. You probably don't even know how to make it. And if you don't know how to make it, then you probably don't even know how to manage it. And if you don't know how to manage it, you probably don't know how to multiply it. And this is a perpetual cycle. Just this one thing alone will change the dynamic of a lot of our lives, a lot of our families, and a lot of our communities. So I'm a black man. I came up in a predominantly black community. My parents were crack addicts. My grandma who raised me was a poor white Jewish woman living in the hood in the late 70s, early 80s. So my story is like the story of millions of people living in the United States of America and around the world. So my story is not an exception to anybody else's story. And I'm using that to show you that even though you can have an excuse, it doesn't mean that your excuse will validate or justify why you have not changed your financial situation. Because I'm not saying that there are not certain systems. I'm not saying that there are not certain people, certain places, and certain things that are constructed to keep you and I down, because there are. But what I am saying is, even if or because there are certain systems and infrastructures set up and created to keep us down, it still cannot stop you from becoming financial intelligent. You can still develop financial intelligence. As a matter of fact, I know of people that I've read stories about who were incarcerated in prison, doing multiple decades in prison, who made decisions in prison to educate themselves, to become intelligent when it came to finances. And it changed their financial life while they were incarcerated. I'm a witness. I'm an example of that, because I wasn't raised knowing about money. I wasn't raised understanding financial literacy. Nobody that was around me had any money. None of my family had any money. We were all poor. But I had to make a decision to develop financial intelligence, which means I had to put myself around the right people. I had to pay to be around the right people. I had to invest my time, my